Now, you probably heard that hiring a healthcare consultant can help improve your operations, grow your practice, and improve profitability. But here's the truth: consulting's not for everybody. Not every practice is ready, and not every business owner has the right mindset to truly benefit from working with a consultant. In fact, hiring a consultant at the wrong time can be a complete waste of money and time for everybody involved. We're going to talk about the 5 reasons why working with a healthcare consultant may not be for you, at least not right now. And stick around to the end, because I'll also share how to know when you are ready for a consultant and how to make it work for your practice. So let's get started. Reason number 1 that you shouldn't be working with a consultant is that you're not willing to change how you run your practice. Consultants provide strategies and solutions, but you have to be willing to implement some of them. So here's your first red flag. If you keep saying that this is not how we've always done it to every single suggestion, then consulting may not be a good solution for you right now. So an example from this could be maybe a practice is refusing to update how they call their patients and let them know about their next appointments, even though their no-show rates are super high and is killing their revenue. So reason number 2, you want quick fixes, but not long-term growth and sustainability. So here's your red flag. If you're expecting a flood of patients and instant results within the very first week of working with a consultant, you might be disappointed. There's really no magic fix. Real growth in private practices take time and strategic planning. It also is about being consistent over time. So for an example about this, I was working with a practice who wanted to double their revenue in a month, but wasn't willing to invest in advertising, train their staff, or make any operational improvements. Reason number 3, you're just not financially ready to invest in consulting. Hiring a consultant is an investment in your practice. It's not an expense. So here's your red flag on this. If you're financially struggling and looking for a consultant to save your practice, but you can't afford to pay the consultant or pay to hire better staff that can do a good job, then you may need to look for additional funding or stabilize your revenue first. So an example of this could be I had a med spa owner who wanted help attracting more patients, but that says they couldn't afford consulting. But yet they haven't reviewed their pricing, they haven't optimized their services, and they haven't considered making small adjustments that could increase revenue and make consulting possible. They want growth, but aren't ready to make the changes to make it work. Reason number 4. You don't have time to implement the changes. Consultants provide a blueprint. It can't just be the consultant who implements it all and makes it work. It requires support from your staff and you. So the red flag here is just if you and your staff are too overwhelmed to apply the recommendations, even with consultant guidance, consulting's really not going to help you. You really need to think about putting the right people in the right places first, getting things smoothed out, and then we hire the consultant to improve operations and fix things a little bit. So an example here could be a busy physician hires a consultant, but's ignoring all the recommendations because they're too busy caught up in the daily operations, even if the consultant suggests it's time to hire an office manager to help with these day-to-day operations. And a side note on this, there are companies out there like mine that can recruit staff for you and do everything on the front end for you so that all you have to do is look over resumes, say, yep, I want to interview this person. They schedule the interview. You just interview the person. It's either a yes or no. It's there to make it super easy. We do this kind of thing all the time. Number 5, you're not seeing your practice as an actual business. Many doctors and practice owners only focus on patient care, and they completely ignore the business side of healthcare. So the red flag here is if you're shying away from marketing, creating policies and procedures, or streamlining operations because they may feel too businessy or maybe too corporate, you're missing the point. Because at the end of the day, your practice is a business, and ignoring that side's only going to hold you back. So an example for this could be a physician-owned practice is struggling with low profitability and patient retention. And when advised to adjust pricing or update their website or improve patient experience, the response is, that feels too much like sales. I'm a doctor, I'm not a business person. And as a result, the business is going to suffer, even though simple business strategies could make a huge difference in the practice. So how do you know when you're actually ready for a healthcare consultant? Well, you're open to change and you're willing to try new strategies. You see consulting as an investment, not an expense. You're financially stable enough to actually hire a consultant and implement the recommendations. You and your team are ready to take action, not just take notes. You recognize that your practice is a business and you need some growth strategies. Working with a consultant can be a game changer, but only if you're ready to take action and you understand that it's going to take some time to get where you want to be. If any of these 5 reasons apply to you, it might not be the right time to work with a consultant. But if you're open to change, you're ready to grow, you're committed to building a thriving practice long term, then consulting might be what your practice needs. So if you think you're ready, then let's talk. I offer strategy sessions to help physicians identify their biggest challenges, figure out their best growth opportunities, and create a plan for success. If you're ready to do this, click the link in the description for a free one-on-one call with me, and we'll see if consulting's the right fit for you. See you in the next video.